Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Data here, and welcome back to our live franchise mode series here on NHL 24, our fantasy draft series with the Arizona Coyotes, episode number 6, moving into the 2025 draft and off season of our We're Not Leaving series. If you're watching after you've already gone live, you can hop ahead to the 5-minute mark. That's when we get started. But if you are joining us live here this evening, I'll invite you to start welcoming everybody in as we get started for this Monday night stream. We'll be live a couple times this week. Monday, and I'm gonna get the exact dates for you later on. We'll be live a couple times this week with the Coyotes series, as we want to try and get this one done, as much of this one done in the month of August as possible. Doggy, welcome to the stream, buddy. Episode number 6. After last episode, we made the postseason for the first time with the Coyotes in this series. We won round 1 in 5, but then lost in round 2 in 5 as well, as we fell to the LA Kings there. Jens McKenzie, Leafs King, welcome aboard. Welcome, Landon. I'll just pull up the playoff tree for you to remind you of what took place last time, and we'll get started in just a few minutes. We had a 45-win season. Things went well, but ultimately it was a step forward, but there's more to come. What I gotta do as soon as we get started at the 5-minute mark, I have to pull up the awards from the last one. It was a good episode, Hobbsy. It was a good episode. Mighty Joe, welcome aboard. The awards from last season, I gotta pull those up. I didn't get those last episode. If you're not subscribed, we are 2 subscribers away from 8,000, by the way. 7,998. If you're not subscribed, now's the time to do it. You could be subscriber number 8,000. You know what? Special role in Discord server for over 8,000 subscribers. Let's just say that. Let's put it out there. We are 2 subscribers away. I've never had more ups and downs. Like I've said a few times, it must be that YouTube's been deleting accounts, because I'll get, like, whatever, 5, 10 subscribers, 7,999, back to into the 80s. 7,996, back to the 7,980s. I don't know what it was. Hey, welcome, AFK, back from camp. Great to have you back in the stream. Hope you had a fun time. I'm unsubscribing to email 8K. Doggy. All right, let's do this, let's do that. Taking care of all my usual go-tos here. Hope everyone's having a lovely week. It's going to be a busy August here on the channel, as we had a couple of videos on August 1st. A couple days ago, we had the Canucks. Mackenzie, welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. Tomorrow, we'll have a collab with CP3 EP on MLB The Show 24. Then on Wednesday night, we'll be live with the Expos. Thursday night, Starfleet. Friday, Canucks. Saturday, Coyotes. Is that no? Sorry. Then also, so Friday afternoon, Canucks. Friday night, Coyotes. Saturday night, Starfleet. Next Monday, Coyotes again. So there's a lot. No, get out. Did you? Did Haley do it? Haley did it! Let's go! Very fitting! 8,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. We hit it. Yeah, I see it on my screen right here. 8,000. Haley did it. Wow! An absolute honor from the famous Haley to have the 8,000th subscription. Thank you very much. Hobbsy is there's no one else like Ryan Hobbs. So that's your reward. That's my reward to you. Thank you, everyone. Perfect timing for it. 8,000. What a journey it's been. I don't want to take up too much of the time here, but just to say, from March 2020 with like 200 subs to now at 8,000 in August of 2024, and there's still just more to come. There is still more to come. The road to 100K keeps on going. No, I didn't, Landon. He's publicized the name before. Thanks, everybody. Jeremy, AFK, thank you, everybody, for the kind congratulations. Now YouTube's going to delete like 100 accounts, right, and bring it back to 7,900? It's ridiculous. Okay, that brings us to what now? We have a minute left for me to finish off everything I need to do. I forgot to put out the tweets as well. Give me a second here. So we fell in 5 games to the LA Kings in round number 2 last episode. Now moving into the 2025 offseason. It's episode number 6, getting ready for what will be year number 3. We'll pull up the comments from the AGMs in the last one and start thinking about what our game plan will be to continue taking another step forward. We won 45 games last season. Next year we want to see the same or better. Plus, you would hope a Western Conference Final or further berth here in this fantasy draft series. At the end of this, at the start of next episode, for anyone who's wondering about an update on all of the created players, at the beginning of next episode, on Saturday, episode number 7, we'll do a quick run-through of all the created players and do an update on their overalls and what's going on for them. So if you've been wondering what's going on with my player, next episode after the off-season, we'll get an update for you. Get the link. Leave a like if you haven't already for a big 8K celebration. On last month, like on my birthday, like mid-July, we were ready to celebrate 8K, and then YouTube kept playing with our hearts. Now live for the 2025 off-season with the Arizona Coyotes. There we go. Not the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Coyotes. We're not leaving. Hashtag NHL24. There you go. All right, I think that about does it. That brings us to 5.5 minutes. So sorry, just a little bit late there. 5.5 minutes when we're going to get started. So, ladies and gentlemen, through our 2 years with the Coyotes so far, year number 1 went 40, 35, and 7, missing out on the playoffs. This past season, we went 45, 31, and 6, made the playoffs, beat the Predators in 5 games in round 1, but then fell in round 2 to the Kings, who then fell to the Oilers, who fell to the Lightning. Speaking of created players, when is the said lottery for created player? I'm not exactly sure when. I was thinking probably in anticipation of NHL 25, so it might be end of September, probably end of September or so. And sorry, Landon, I'll try to make up for it with some entertainment value. I'm sorry about those 30 seconds you lost. So moving into the 2025 draft and off season, let me just get the comments from the last one up as well. 2020. So if we look at the, sorry. Oh, that was our biggest question, the Pavel Buchnevich question. Of course. There we get it. Year 2 playoffs. There we go. The comments from the last one are ready to go. Actually, there were no comments in the last one. Okay. Maybe was there something in the Discord server, or was it just people talking loosely last episode? Back to school created player raffle. That could be it. Yep. Exactly. No, I don't think there were any thoughts. Unless I'm missing something. Someone please remind me if something was said in the Discord server that I'm not catching. I don't think there was, though. That's perfectly fine. That just allows us to do it more on the fly here. So, moving into this off-season, Pavel Buchnevich, we picked up at the deadline. He did well for us in the regular season, scoring 22 points in the last 19 games. In the playoffs, 5 points in 10 games. He was a huge letdown. But you got to take this into consideration. He's an 89 overall who would sign for under $9 million. If we were to look at who the pending free agents are, he would be one of the biggest fish in free agency. Unless we think we can go after Mikko Rantanen, but we're talking like probably 13, 14 plus million. Randy Ho, I know, Palm, you want Randy Ho to come in here. I'm sure we'll see more creative players throughout the series. So I could see there being a situation where we sign Buchnevich and worst case we trade him if we want to go after Rantanen. But I don't think we can let Buchnevich walk and put all our eggs in the basket of a pending UFA. I would think we sign him and worst case we trade him in a sign and trade kind of deal, giving him an 8-year extension. And so the only way it makes sense for a sign and trade is if we do the 8 years. So at $9.6 million, I don't think it's going to get lower than that, so I'd be willing to do it now. It brings it down to 8.16. Teravainen makes $5 million. Teravainen makes $5 million. So if Buchnevich were to sign, and hold on a second. So by the way, just our forwards right now: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can we run through the created players today? Unless no, it's going to be the start of next episode, Hobbsy, because I'm going to allow the off-season growth to take place, and then for the start of next episode on Saturday, we'll start the episode by running through all the created players. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That leaves Teravainen as a third liner, with Marco Kasper as third line center, and Wu Mei still as third line right wing. Wu Mei is probably, you would think that Wu Mei should be getting second line minutes. So I'd be curious if maybe it's Andrei Kuzmenko who's the odd man out. We keep Buchnevich, or if it becomes Rantanen, and then Kuzmenko could be the one who's the odd man out. So before I do any of that, though, I totally forgot. I said it at the beginning. Just to recap the awards from last episode. We never did it to end off last episode. The awards from the last one. The Lightning won the Stanley Cup. Oilers won the President's Trophy. It was Oilers versus Lightning in the Cup Final. Individual awards. Mikko Rantanen, pending UFA. He just won the Art Ross. Not the Hart, but he won the Art Ross. And the Maurice Richard. So there you go. Yeah, Rantanen expiring UFA. We could also think about trading for him. Hart Memorial Trophy went to Jack Eichel. James Norris to Cale Makar. Get ready for this. Lady Binks, Clayton Keller Holland. Get ready for this. Calder Memorial Trophy went to Doggy over in New York. So Dennis David of the Penguins winning it in year 1, and Doggy winning it in year 2 with the Rangers. Rookie of the year. Get the Doggy slander out of here. Conn Smythe went to McDavid on the Lightning. Vasilevsky won the Vezina. Merzlikins and Dilly D. Potatoes, one of our created players, won the Jennings. Masterton went to the Josh Manson of the Capitals. Jack Adams to the coach of the Kraken. Frank J. Selke to Sidney Crosby over on the Maple Leafs. Ted Lindsay to Eichel, and Mars Richard to Rantanen. There you go. Any awards in the AHL? Oh, yes. We had Bryant. Oh, no, not Bryant. Bichelle. Bichelle won the equivalent of pretty much the Masterton there. There you go. All right, so there's the awards that I didn't get to show you last episode. So back to the off-season plan here. You have to wait that extra year, D+1, that extra year. Back to the forwards. So first line would be, or the top 6 would be Matthews, Buchnevich, Ehlers, Kuzmenko, Benson, Strome. Maybe you swap out Buchnevich for Rantanen, or you still do that, but maybe Kuzmenko comes out and Wu Mei gets promoted. Wu Mei, who we traded for from the Panthers, one of the created players in this series. 11 goals and 19 points in 19 games once we traded for her. 31 goals and 51 points through her 43-game career so far. And in the playoffs, she scored 5 goals and 8 points. So Wu Mei seeing the top 6 could be something that makes a lot of sense for us. We trade out Kuzmenko's $6 million or Ehlers' $7 million, and we use that money elsewhere, because we have a lot of good players on low deals right now, like Benson on his ELC. Bryson, welcome to the stream. Glad you could join us. Welcome, as we just hit 8,000 subscribers. Great timing. Data, if we're signing Buchnevich to an extension, maybe 8x8. It would be 8 by like 8.2, but yeah, I see what you're saying there. Your Rangers about to go all in on Doggy and destroy the rest of the team. There you go. Denisenko, Yarncrow, Marnik. The fourth line can be whatever. And then if we look at defense, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. McNabb expiring. I like to keep Kulikov, though. Kulikov's been good for us. 1 year at 2.6. We'll see what happens. Hey, thank you very kindly, Bryson. Thank you for the kind words. Thanks for taking the time to watch them, and for taking the time to say such a kind compliment. Ville Husso continues as our starter, and Marc-Andre Fleury is our backup. We'd want to try to hopefully get him down a little cheaper now at 40 years of age, but he was good in the playoffs. So that's where we sit as a franchise right now. I don't know, if we were to trade one of those forwards, Ehlers or Kuzmenko, Ehlers came off of a 63-point season. Not bad, but do we want to give his top line spot to someone who's more of that 90 overall as opposed to 86? Maybe Buchnevich stays and Rantanen comes in and Ehlers or Kuzmenko moves out. 2 86s are, no, that's fine, but maybe one of them could leave for Rantanen to come in. We have the money to do it. So I think that's a very possible thing. Any AHL players about to take the jump? Good question here from Jenzy McKenzie. We have Joshua Roy in our system, yes, and Kulich, Roy, even Dumais, even Geeky. All 4 of these guys, I would think only maybe 1 or 2 of them make the jump, but I think all 4 of them will try to make a case for themselves in the preseason. Joshua Roy is going to be in our lineup, absolutely, hopefully on the 3rd line. But I don't know. If Buchnevich only costs $2 million more than Ehlers or Kuzmenko, and he's over point per game with us in the regular season, and these are both 60-some point players, it might be worth it. Regardless, I'm going to sign him to an 8-year extension, and if we trade him, we trade him. But I think having him at that dollar value is very valuable. Because allowing him to walk for nothing, we traded a lot of value for him. I'd like to at least sign him, use him as a trade piece at the very worst case scenario. Letting him walk for nothing when we can give him a relatively cheap 8-year deal. He wants that 8-year deal. He wants to sign with us for that 8th year, knowing we might end up trading him. So 85% brings us to 8.16. 8 by 8 I know, we wouldn't keep him for 8 years, but 8 by 8.175. 8.175 for 8 years. Unlike MLB, we can trade if we have to. Exactly. 8 by... No, we don't even need to go to 8.75. 8.175 should get done. So let's see what Buchnevich has to say about that. Phil Kessel probably walks. Unfortunately, we love Phil. Just a 1 by 1, no problem. Martinook, I'd like to keep him. I could give him a 1-year deal. 1.675 brings it down to 1.45 for 1 year. If he wants to do that, that would be pretty good. Aside from that, there's no rush on anybody else. Okay? So, that being said, we're ready to move into the draft now. I don't think we're going to make... Maybe we look at trading for the rights of Mikko Rantanen. We could explore that. If we look at the draft board, the picks we have available to us this year, we have New York's first, then Boston's second. So we pick a 29 and then early 30s. 2 thirds, 4th, 2 fifths, and a 6th. Okay? So, let's enter the draft and see what comes our way. And we'll go wherever the winds take us. 2025 draft, here we go. Hey, RJ, good to see you. Yeah, I'm doing all right, my friend. Glad you could join us. It was a sleepy, rainy day today. Hope everyone had some time in Montreal to lay low, read a book, enjoy life. But we're doing okay, my friend. I hope it's the same on your end. The 6th overall pick is up for grabs from the Calgary Flames. If we look at the draft class, are we thinking of sending Bush in a deal for Rantanen? I think if we target Rantanen, it'd be best to trade for his rights in the draft as opposed to fighting with other teams and either overpaying or undervaluing. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. We'll check what kind of value he has. Ludwig Lander going first overall, medium franchise, similar to Teemu Selanne. Wow. So the Capitals are going to get a great piece right here. First overall, 82 overall, medium franchise. Sniper with 5-star shooting. Yep. Ludwig Lander. Let's go to pick 6 and see what's up. Aunen, Michael Misa to the Devils. Gavin to the Bruins. And then Roger McQueen to the Blue Jackets. So at pick number 6, if we were to trade for it, we could go for Ivan Vasilyev. We haven't won the Cup yet, Bryson. We're moving into the... We've played 2 seasons with the Coyotes so far. Yeah, we'll check it out, doggy. We've played 2 years with the Coyotes so far. We're yet to win the Stanley Cup. We're going to be moving into year 3. So Ivan Vasilyev, NHL ready, similar to Sean Couturier. 2-way Ukrainian, perhaps. Porter Martoni, would be a good storyline as well. 1 year away. Then it moves into the top 6s after that. Who would the Flames want here for pick 6? Because in our system we have Marco Kasper, but not much else center-wise. Geeky has potential. I'm not sure if he'll be that second-line guy, guaranteed. Kasper could. Kasper, Vasilyev. I don't know, Vasilyev as well. I don't want to overshadow Kasper by bringing in Vasilyev. Anyways, if we traded pick 29 and 34, it'd probably take something like that. That would get close, actually. But they don't want either of the picks. They want players here. What's their status? They are buyers. Yeah, they would want some NHL talent. That would be a deal in which we trade like a Nikolai Ehlers. Then they're over the salary cap. They can't even take on much salary. It would be hard to make this work. Buchnevich doesn't have a lot of value. That's the issue. And even then, now they can't take him on. They're over the salary cap. It wouldn't work to trade for the pick. I don't think we're going to be doing it, ladies and gentlemen. While we're here, let's check out Doggy over on the Rangers. Doggy wanted to see him. Doggy, 85 overall, medium elite. Trade value not that crazy. There he is. Now, if we go to the Senators to see Mikko Rantanen, they have Jonathan Drouin on the block, too. Rantanen's trade value is high, but not crazy. Mikko Rantanen, 63-goal season. Sheesh. Who would be that first-line playmaker with them, though? You know? Could Benson be that playmaker? Probably. With his 93 passing, which will only grow. Ehlers, 91. Kuzmenko, 90. Teravainen, 92. Yeah, we have some playmakers on the wing on this team. So if I trade you Kuzmenko, essentially it's a downgrade, but a player that you get at weight. He has an extension about to kick in. Between Kuzmenko, 58 and 68 points the year before that. And Kuzmenko, he signed on to a better extension. It's probably Ehlers who goes the other way. Ehlers has more trade value. There goes Vasilyev. Ehlers has more trade value, and he's making more money, but he doesn't seem to have that much crazier of results. Ehlers, 86 overall. He's 29. 63 and 78 last year. About to have his 6x7 kick in. Kuzmenko on a 6x6, they're the same age. He'd be making 1 million less. And his numbers weren't as good, but less ice time. Playing 1937, his numbers were a little worse. Ehlers play actually 1 second more. So I guess Ehlers is the better player by a little bit. Welcome, gamer. But making 1 million less. I'd probably trade Ehlers here. If we're trying to pick up the rights to Mikko Rantanen. Ehlers for Rantanen. What kind of pick do they have as well? Can we trade for the 11th overall pick? Ehlers in 34. If I give you Ehlers in 34 for Rantanen and 11? That probably wouldn't work, eh? Probably Ehlers in 34 alone would have to be what happens. Don't have much in our system to trade you, unfortunately. Back at Seneca, there he is. The rights to Braden McNabb. Yeah, we could trade you the rights to Braden McNabb. I'll toss him in. Who do we draft at 11? I'm not sure. That's why I wouldn't do this yet. I'm just kind of exploring it. I don't think the trade value would work for us. Yeah, I hear. Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying, Landon. So if I sent them this, what would they say? It just isn't up to snuff at all. Yeah, it probably wouldn't make sense to trade. Yeah, I'm not even going to check who's at 11. Let's not even trade for 11. We'll do Ehlers and a pick, maybe. We have, what, 2 fifths? Let's not go too crazy too fast. Ehlers and a 5th. Actually, Ehlers might get it done alone. They could probably even take back a pick 4. Yeah, he's on an extension. We should be able to take back value. Have any rookies you want to toss in here? Can we get Miettinen, 70-19? Julius Miettinen, power forward. Zether? Simon Zether? Dickinson would be too hard to pick up. No extension for Rantanen. It's Ehlers who's on the extension. If I toss, let's say you've just put in Miettinen. Buffalo's about to make their pick. Just for an experiment here. Give me Miettinen and I'll give you a 3rd. Where does that put us? Isn't up to snuff at all. I'll give you the better 3rd. It isn't very interesting. Don't get greedy or getting the better player by far. Yeah, I hear you, Redan. I hear you. You're right. My thought process behind it is in their thinking, they're about to lose one of the best, the player who just won all these awards for nothing. And I'm giving you a player who's on a 7-year extension who scores 60 points plus per year. So if they know they're losing him, can they give back a little bit of value? That's what I was trying to think. But you're right, I shouldn't be greedy about it. I'm just trying to explore all the options and do what's best. Go back to Ehlers. I'll just take back a late pick for funsies. How about that? Pick 171. Okay, straight up. All of this just to come back to the 1-for-1 we were thinking in the first place. What do you say? You're quite far off. Okay, so we'll add a little pick. Add a 6th to get it done. Ottawa, what do you say? Aren't very interested. Come on, you're about to lose this guy for nothing. 5th, you're quite far off. What are you saying you're quite far off? 5th and a 6th. There you go. You're a bit off in value. Serenity now. 4th. Ehlers and a 4th for Mikko Rantanen. The rights to Mikko Rantanen. I don't even know if we'll get him. The rights to Mikko Rantanen. 4th and a 6th. Still rejected. My goodness. 4th and a 5th. Sheesh. Okay. A 3rd. I'll take back a 6th. Now what do you say? No. 3rd, I take back a 7th. We're going to keep playing through this game as long as it takes. Rejected. Straight up. You're quite far off. The message was nicer before. Okay, let's turn it into a package then. We turned it into a package. You want Braden McNabb? I'll give you the rights to Braden McNabb. Now you're over 50 players. I forgot. Watch, trade this guy, Rosen. Where we need to be. Steve must be confident in extension. He must be. McNabb in a 4th. McNabb in a 3rd. McNabb a 3rd and a 6th. There we go. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Ottawa. Whew. Nikolai Ehlers, we brought you in the, was it the Kevin Fiala deal? No one's really worked on that wing spot on the first line, but we're trying to make a big splash here in Arizona, more than we usually do in these franchise mode series, to say, to prove to the fans, to the ownership, to everything, that we are a team in which, that is not afraid to spend money, A, and B, will make the necessary moves and kind of riskier trades to try and go on those runs because of what's happened in this series. We're not leaving in Arizona, and we're trying to prove that every step of the way. Spence, Banak. Okay, now would we trade up for anyone between here and 29? It's not done yet for Rantanen, by the way. We've still got to sign him. John Michael Lyles? Jaden Lyles. Medium top 6. I don't think we trade for anybody here. Jan Olvecki. Medium top 6. Medium top 9. Nah, I'd say we'd probably even trade down from this pick. Operating like a big market team, that's what we're trying to do. That's exactly it. I think we'd probably trade down, if anything. Vyacheslav Voinov. Maybe trade for him. Maybe he's the future at goaltending? We throw him in the system and just let him grow for a few years. We call him the future. Vyacheslav Voinov. 2 bars medium franchise obviously isn't, but maybe he's medium elite. He's 4 years away instead of 5, which is good news. This guy also 4 years away, but he's 19. There's no other goalie I'd really draft here. So I might say, you know what, Vyacheslav Voinov, let's try and make him the future of this franchise, maybe. Would that be crazy? If I want to trade for a pick in the 40s or something? 39 from Washington? Yeah, probably 39 makes sense. If I give you 29 and even, you know what, unless we just... What if I trade 29 for something else and I use 34 on the goalie? That might make more sense, actually. Because I don't need to trade for 39 if I have 34. So let's just trade 29. Let's go to the trade finder and just trade 29. Let's go to our pick and use some timeouts. Medium top 9s, medium top 6s. Gabriel Daigle. I feel like he's in every second franchise mode, so I wouldn't want to draft him. 29, it could just be that. It might just be for a future first. Maybe one of these teams, maybe like New Jersey wants to give me their first next year. No, it never happened though, because they're conservative buyers. Oh, because it's oh no, it is their pick. They're conservative buyers. New Jersey, can I give you my first now for your first next year, or is that too cheese? No, they wouldn't do it anyways. Let's check who's around this area first. At 29, guaranteed medium top 9, Nathan Lecomte. Jesper Helmerson? Wow! Shout out to Data782 Hall of Fame nominee from the NHL 20 Ducks franchise mode. If you know, you know. Jesper Helmerson, the captain of the Anaheim Ducks for years. One of my favorite players of all time. Wow. Jesper Helmerson, what a king. Caleb Denoyer. I'm sure some of these players would be good. These 1 or 2 bar medium elite guys. But we can't take a risk on them being medium top 9 and we waste a pick. Unless we go Jesper Helmerson. But he's 2 bars medium top 9. If he was 2 bars medium elite, maybe. But 2 bars medium top 9? That's scary. I don't think we could do it. Alright, call timeout. Let's, sorry, I want to go to find trade. I might take a little sip of water here. What would teams offer us for 29? What do I have here? Oh, Palm, thanks so much. I just got your message in Discord. Thank you very kindly. Okay, let's see. Nate Schmidt, a 3rd, and Adam Larson. Bjorkstrand and Pia Suter. A 3rd, a 5th, and Jordan Stahl. He could be top 6. He could golden, but the value we could get for this pick is probably more, regardless. A 2nd and a 4th, nah. Only got a first next year. Nashville wants this pick. That's the hard part. You gotta find a team that wants the pick. Can you give me a first next year, Nashville? No, they don't want to trade their first next year. Can I get 2 seconds next year at least? Instead of a second and a fourth. 3 horrible offers from Dallas. Can I get 2 seconds from you, Nashville? Come on, it's a late first, I understand, but I'll give you... Oh, we have almost nothing. That's why getting 2 seconds next year would be huge, because we have no seconds or thirds in next year's draft. Can I give you a first and a fifth for 2 seconds next year? Hey, that's great little piece of business right there. Thank you very much. That's big, big, big news for us. 2 seconds next year. Actually, we were going to have no seconds and no thirds. Now we have 2 seconds. That's big. Predators take LeConte top 9, and Kings take Helmerson top 9. All right, good. Now to pick 34, we'll go ahead and take the goalie. Maybe a tad bit of a reach-ish, but I'm happy to just take him now and not have to worry about it, even though he'd probably be going in about 10 picks. Vyacheslav Voinov playing in the KHL, 4 years away. Oh, man, it's risky. I'm hoping, fingers crossed for medium elite. It's going to be risky. We got to just understand that he might be medium starter, and we just got to live with it. We just got to live with it. There's no one really around this area anyways who we would have drafted. Low top 4D maybe. So with that understanding, we just got to take it and move on. Vyacheslav Voinov, welcome to the team, Bello. You are medium elite. We'll take it. Let's go. 58 overall, medium elite. At 18 years of age, do what a T-Rex doesn't, and reach data. I did it, Mighty Joe. 58 overall, medium elite, 34th overall selection of the 2025 draft. Hopefully the future of this franchise between the pipes. Vyacheslav Voinov, welcome to Arizona. Okay, so our next pick comes at pick 71. Anyone we want now between here and 71. One of the highest rated goalies of the draft as well. Between here and 71, 2-bar medium elite, 2-bar medium elite, 2-bar medium top 6. Low elite, Hector Chimera. Yeah, we'll take him at 64. And probably even Kemp, 3-bar medium elite. If we get 2 picks in the 60s, that would be great. Low top 6. Well, we want to get Stasiak as well. Now let's just go for one of those picks then. We'll just take the guaranteed low elites and move on from there. 5 years away, but at least he'll have the potential. Trade for pick like 62 or something. So this is, can we go through the whole? Just went back and saw the Rantanen trade. Really like that to get a great right winger. Thank you, Golden. Sim to next round brings us to 65. Ooh, just missed it. Sorry about that, everyone. But I can still get the other player. I miscalculated that in my head. See ya, Bryson. Thanks for stopping by. Low top 6. And in the end, Chimera was low elite, but 57 overall. Yeah, I would have liked to have gotten him. That was a miscalculation. Because I should have traded for pick 63, but I thought the start of next round was going to get us there. I simmed just one pick too far. I can still try and trade for the Devils pick, or I can even trade with the Devils, the Lightning, and get Chimera himself. Or I try and trade for Bennett Kemp, who's 3-bar medium elite. From Poland. Or do I trade with the Lightning? And just take, what's his name, the low elite. Trade for Chimera? Yeah, the value would be very much in our favor, and we'd be doing them a favor. Our pick has more value than Chimera does. But it would have cost a trade. It would have cost more than just a third. It would have cost a third and something else. So let's trade the rights to somebody, I guess. The rights to Logan Stanley, probably? Yeah, why not? The rights to Logan Stanley with a 3rd round pick. There you go. Not too much to deliberate, blah, 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 blah. Chimera, welcome to the team. All right. Then that defenseman, high starter was Kruger. The defenseman was medium elite. The defenseman was medium elite. So, essentially, we took the low elite forward over the medium elite defenseman. Who knows what that ends up being in the long run. Next pick at 118. Do we want Russell Stasiak? Also 5 years. Everyone's 5 years away. Anyone else who we even want in this draft? Ugly, man. Is there anybody else in this draft we even want? No medium. No one's even 3 bars. Low top 6 is the best. A couple of Swiss players. Both 5 years away. Just trade all our picks for Stasiak and move on? Or Smolanik as well. 17. Our cousin to Arthur Stasiak. Where's 74 was it? 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. Let's try for we could have made it a bigger deal with the Lightning. No, 71 is the pick that we have. That we had originally. Okay, if he's still there for the Canucks pick, we'll take him. If he's still there by the Canucks pick. Zibanejad, Artukin, the Lightning take, low top 6D, and burn there. Okay, so Stasiak is still here at 73. We'll try and take him if the Canucks still want to trade their pick. They do. Give us 73. I'll give you 118 and 130. A 4th and a 5th for a 3rd. And a 6th. 4th and a 5th for a 3rd and a 6th. What do you say? No. A later 6th? No. 4th and a 5th for a 3rd and a 7th? I'd rather take Smolanik and Bruce. Yeah, you're not wrong, eh? We get 2 prospects instead of 1. 1 low top 6, or we take this lower top 6, Casey Bruce, and the defenseman low top 4. That probably makes more sense. 104 and 116. We still have to trade up, though. Let's sim to the end of this round. 104. 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102. Let's trade with the Maple Leafs for 102. What do you have? You have another pick before? No, 141. So I'll give you... What was the other guy? Yeah, 118 would get Smolanik probably, right? I keep all these numbers in my head. Oh my goodness. Let me just pin them. 104. And where's Bruce? Brucey, 116. So probably both of our picks are not going to be good enough, eh? It's true. How about a 4th and a 5th for a 4th and a 6th and a 7th? Fourth and a 5th for a 4th and a 6th. I guess we could do that, yeah. Then with 102, we'll take the first guy. Smolanik. Then we want one, so it's 104. No, sorry, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109. Oh, the Leafs had, oh my goodness. I didn't even notice they had 109. I just saw your comment now, Gen Z McKenzie. Oh my goodness. I didn't even see that they had 109. 110, 111, 112, 113. Let's go with the Blues, I guess, something like that. We could have made it a bigger deal with the Leafs. Okay. 6th and a 7th for a 4th. Can we even swap 7ths next year? No, just a bit low for us, of course. What if I give you a 6th and the rights to somebody, though, instead of having to trade that 7th? The rights to... If we're gonna... Unfortunately, we're gonna have to let Kessel walk. So may as well trade his rights. Too far off still, really. This guy, Rosen, can give you... Still too far off. Really? Who else can I trade you? Brown, 29, 20 medium tops, bottoms. There we go. Happy to accept the proposal. Great. Alright, all's well that ends well. Pick 112, we'll take the last guy and we'll call it a draft. Casey Bruce, welcome to Arizona. Low top 6, 54 overall. Do we need some Desora thoughts on this deal? I have to ask her, eh? She's not here, unfortunately, but I'd have to... maybe she's watching the stream, where she is, though. We'll sim the entire draft and call it there. Okay. So we just draft 3 players in this one. Voinov, Smolanek, and Bruce. 3 prospects to add to our system, including that medium league goaltender, which is great news. We'll advance one more day. We need to re-sign this coach, our head coach, associate coach, and our goalie coach. I'm content with the head coach. Thank you, AFK. I'm content with Terry Cons. Terry's been solid. I'll keep him as head coach. Does Stanton need to be head coach? Hold on. I'll sign Stanton as head coach and then demote him because he won't sign otherwise. The way these coaches work, it's ridiculous. Hope you enjoyed your time with the sword. I did. Thank you, Mackenzie. I did. It was a fun time. Very busy. I don't know. I think she is lurking in the shadows. It could be that she's lurking in the shadows. It was a very busy time, but a profitable one. Jalen Stanton, I'll sign you as that. Then McCann, I'll sign you as associate. There you go. Then I'll demote you back to goalie, Manny and McCann. These guys make me laugh at the money that they want. It's incredible. And then I'll sign the head coach after. Scouts. Desora should jump in chat. She'll have to make an account for herself. Desora. There we go. Slim might, though. Yeah, you're right. Slim might. Nikolai Radulov. We'll see if there's any new scouts to sign on July 1st, as these D1s will probably get released. There we go. Blah, blah, blah. Easy decision from Bushnevich. All right, so Bushnevich extends. So does Martin. We'll see what happens. Does being an android make it going out in public difficult? No, I blend into society pretty well. No one really notices too often. All right, so now here's the big question on Mikko Rantanen. We have 22.6 million. We know he's going to cost a boatload, but how much is that boatload going to be? Rantanen wants 6 by 14. 14.25. I'd probably go to 7, actually. I'd probably go 7. 14.65. He'd come down to 12.5, basically. So 7 by 12.5. Yeah, we have some Mario Kart streams to grind out the... to unlock all the cups, exactly. 7 years, 7 by 12.5. Do we like that deal? Do we have the green light on 7 by 12.5, or should we go down to 6? Which would make it 6 by 12.15. 6 by 12.15, or 7 by 12.5? On Mikko Rantanen, who would be joining a data franchise for the first time since the Honolulu Huskies, when he was the captain back in NHL 20, welcoming home one of our lost sons. Looks like the 7 is the way to go. All right, green for 7, says the majority of the chat. Thank you, Golden, Landon, Hobbsy, everybody. All right, Matty Joe. Huskies legend, yep. 7 by 12.5, and we'll see what he says. Who else is expiring? Phil Kessel, who's going to have to walk, unfortunately. Dmitry Kulikov wants 1 year 2.2. Let me pull that up again. So 2.2 would bring it down to 1.87. So 1.875 for 1 year. Let's see what he says. Mackey likely walk. A lot of these guys are just going to walk, and if we need more players, we get them in free agency. So a lot of these guys are just going to walk for the time being. Petrovsky, 3 years, why not? Let's max out those RFA years. Chirnik, 3 by 800. A little financial security, why not? This guy I'm not as sure about, so I'm going to give him 1 year. Landon. There you go, Landon. So UFAs, we'll probably be letting Kessel walk. RFAs have their offers. Unsigned players, Beckett Seneca. We'll see what happens with his growth over the offseason. And goaltenders, Marc-Andre Fleury, what is he wanting? 1 year at 2.8. It's a bit expensive, but luckily we have the money. Brings it down to 2.42. So 1 year at 2.5. You're welcome, Landon. Good evening, Data. Hope you all are having a good stream. Thank you, Gavin. I hope you're enjoying your time on vacation, my friend. I saw in your comment today. 1 year at 2.5 for Marc-Andre Fleury. And we'll go from there. Had we drafted Kenny Thompson? Yeah, we drafted Kenny Thompson, medium backup. But Voinov is the future at medium elite. Okay, so I think that's it. Let's advance a day. I'm not really thrilled with the role. Okay, great. I'm not really thrilled. What EA needs to fix, low-key on top of everything else, the ungrateful, ridiculous comments from the coaches who get millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars above their ask, a higher role than they even wanted, and they're disgusted with you, saying, I guess I'll accept it. Why did everyone reject? Sorry. And then they didn't even let me focus on what the messages were. Okay, we're going to go 7 years, 12.75 on Rantanen. And Kulikov, 1 year, 2 million. We have the money. 1 year, 2 million. And Flower, 1 year, 2.75. There you go. So now you just signed your contracts, you ungrateful coaches. Okay, so I signed him as head coach, but now he's associate coach. Great, that's what I wanted to do anyways. We have no AHL head coach. I guess he retired. Could it be? So for the time being, actually, I'm not going to promote anybody. I don't need to, so why will I? Now Cons can be signed back on as head coach at 2 million, and we'll, on July 1st we'll sign an AHL head coach. Great. Let's advance another day. Matthews and Rantanen, come on now. Scouts are signing on. Rejection from Rantanen. He wants to test the free agent market. Same from Fleury. What? Fleury, bro, come on. You're 40. We gave you starts in the playoffs last year. Just stay here. Come on. Okay, exactly what you want. 1 year at 2.85. You got me. And then Rantanen. What's our ceiling on Rantanen, right? I'm down to pretty much... I would give him the 14.6, but I don't want to do it yet. I'm going to go even higher than 13. I'm going to go at 13.25. 13.25 for 7 years on Rantanen. What do you say now, Mikko? Let's go, Mikko. Thank you, Terry. Easy decision from Mikko Rantanen. There we go. I was ready to go up. I probably would have gone... Honestly, I would have gone 14 or 14.5. If he wanted 15, 15 and a half, I would have said, okay, I'll get you for cheaper on July 1st. I probably would have gone 14, 14 and a half. But Mikko Rantanen is here to stay in Arizona. Welcome back, the captain of our Huskies franchise in NHL 20. Mikko Rantanen, the reigning, not Conn Smythe, Maurice Richard and Art Ross winner, correct? 63 goal scorer, Mikko Rantanen. 1 and 2 in goal scoring this past year, if I'm not mistaken. Rantanen 1 and Matthews 2. Mikko Rantanen, welcome aboard. Marc-Andre Fleury, I gave you exactly what you wanted. I'm going to give you one last offer. 1 year, $3 million. If you don't want it, that's it. 1 year, $3 million for the 40-year-old. Fleury, easy decision. Of course it was. That leaves us with 7.17 million. And we'll probably let Kessel walk. And do we sign Kessel? But he's an 83 overall. He could play somewhere else. I don't want to do that to him. To make him 13th forward. I can't do it to you, Phil. I love you too much to do that to you. I can't do that to you, Phil. I love you too much. Okay, so now looking at the forwards. That means somebody's got to move here on July 1st. Somebody's got to move. If you look at the forwards. And it's also, and you know what? That's a great deal. Rantanen and Matthews getting identical AAV. If he sits in free agency, we'll do it, yes. So forwards, Matthews, Rantanen, and Bushnevich is the first line. Second line, probably, unless maybe it goes Benson. Let's say the top 6. Top 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we traded Ehlers. I forgot. We traded Ehlers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Teravainen, Kasper, and May on the third line. But I really wanted to get May on that second line. Unless she bumps Kuzmenko out. And that would be a question for another day. Yeah, maybe even Benson first line left wing. Nasty forward core though. Denisenko, Yarncrow, Martinuk. Actually no, Waugh would have to be up here too. Joshua Waugh, I need to give him ice time. There are more questions to be answered. There's more moves to be made. There are more moves to be made once the preseason hits next year. But for now, I think that's about it. Defense 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with Andrew Peak. I wouldn't mind a better third pair defenseman so that Andrew Peak can play 7th D. I think that's the only spot to fill though in free agent. And we have the money to do a big 1-year deal for like an 84 overall veteran would be nice. Yeah. Better I'm banking on Marco Kasper growing to like an 80, at least an 83. So I think Kasper can fill the third line center role. All right, here we are on July 1st now. First things first, let's see the extension asks now that we've hit July 1st. Simon Nemec, yeah, he'd want a big contract. Actually, not that big. And even Yarncrow could be, a cheaper upgrade on Yarncrow could be possible. We can go 4 years on Nemec. We could do 8 right now, like an 8x6 on Nemec. So what's the smarter move? Do we do like an 8x5.75 on Nemec? And then when he's 29 or 30, he wants like 10 million? Or do we do 4 years at 4.5, use his RFA years, and then once he's an RFA at 25 and he wants like 8 million, we sign him for closer to, or maybe he wants 9 million, you sign him for 7 or 8 for 8 years. It would be an 8, so let me rephrase it. Do we do a 4x4.5, which then leads to like an 8x8? Or do we do an 8x5.5, which would then lead to like a 6x9 or a 6x10? I think the 4, and you know what? He even wants 3 years, so I think giving him 4 makes the most sense. But I see the argument of going 8. If it were, what's the exact number? 85% brings us to 4.3. 4 by 4.3. I don't want to be too stingy. He's a top pair. He's a top 4 guy. 4 years at 4.5. Or 8 years at 5.35. That's crazy, though. 8 years at 5.35 for a young top 4 defenseman playing over 20 minutes a night? It can't be. I think 4 years makes the most sense here. Let me just get your thoughts. Put in the chat 4 or 8. I think a salary want would be the same either way. Go 8. If I went 8, I'd have to pay him more than 5.3 though. Landon and Gen Z say 8. Golden and Palm say 4. Tough one. Because in 4 years, his ask in 4 years, like I said, in 4 years, he's ready for an 8x8. In 8 years, he'd want a 5 or 6x9 or 10. So in the end, it would be 4 plus 8, so it would be 12 years under 8 million. Or do we do 8? Well, the total number, let's see. So 4.5 times 4 is 18 million. Plus 8 by 8, let's say, so 64. So that brings it to 82 million. So if we do the 4 years, in the end, we probably pay him about 82 million. If we do the other way, where it's 8 by, let's say, 5.75, 46, plus, then he's going to be 29, let's give him a 6-year deal, 6 by 9, or even 6 by 8.5, that's 97 million. So in the end, we would save more, we would save more money. We got to think of it in terms of Arizona ownership as well. We would save more money over the long run by doing a 4-year deal. I think I got to lean that way. 4 years at 4.5. If we go 8, then it's cheaper in his prime, but 4 would probably be more costly. But the thing is, we got to think franchise mode. In 4 years, when he's 25, in 4 years versus in 8 years, defensemen won in 2030 versus in 2034, defensemen won very different dollar amounts. I think in the real world, you might go 8, but in franchise mode world, I think you have to go 4 there to try and lock him in on his big 8-year extension when he's 25, and that's before too much craziness in franchise mode for defensemen. Now, in 4 years, he won't be asking for 16. In 8 years, he'll be asking for 16. Not 16, but like a high amount. Zach Benson also eligible for an extension. Same question on him. We can even go 5 years. We can go 5 years on him. He wants 8.4. That would bring it to 7.15. 5 years is 7.15 on Benson. Or do we go 8 years? 10.25. 8 years at 8.725? 8 years at 8.7, that seems a lot coming off of his ELC. I think 5 years makes a lot of sense. Even 4 years. But no, I think 5 years could work. 5 years at 7.15. Again, use up the RFA years. Yeah, we're going to go 5 on Benson. 5 by 7.15. Shady will need his contract as well. Same for Wu Mei, but they can't be extended yet. Kalle Yarncrow, we might end up getting an upgrade on him. A cheaper fourth-line option, perhaps. So let's keep an eye on fourth-line options and third pair D here in free agency. Next up is the scouting. So we need to update maybe Russia, WHL, etc. Who's available here? Okay, there we go. Shady will sign for sure. Actually, this guy would be USA West. So USA West. And let's say USA East. Is there someone better in USA East? No. So USA West and USA East. Let's go fire those guys. Actually, no. USA East. The guy who we signed for USA East would actually be WHL. And this guy would be fired. There we go. I just smashed my TV in front of 30 guests at my party because of Data 782. My wife just took our crying kids and said they're all spending the week at a hotel. This Nemec extension has ruined my life. Just smashed the TV. I love that quote. In front of 30 guests. It'll be okay, Landon. Trust me, it'll be okay. We saw an A- for Russia. A+. A+ at B-. A- at B. I'll rather sign him. Lubomir Sprukis. There we go. We should go sign scouts for a region. Well, tell me about it, Gen Z. I wish. There's still a lot of scouts here we could sign. SHL, OHL, NLA. Let's go back through it. Back to the A-. Where do these guys fit, if anywhere? I don't want to go somewhere where it's E, because yeah, they'll learn, but it takes a long time for a scout to learn an E region. Not a long, like a whole season. Like if someone's B- in the OHL, I'd send him there, but E would take a long time. A+ OHL, Morrison. There we go. Morrison, A+ in the OHL. And this A+ WHL, we already have WHL. Any QMJHLs? A-, it said. This guy's A-. Okay, we'll go A- depth. So a Q and an O. Fire a Q and an O. Big scouting overhaul. Usually year 2 is when you do the scouting overhaul. OHL... QMJHL. Next up, SHL and NLA. Was that him? This guy, NLA. A in the NLA. Perfect. Spooner. Rick Spooner. NLA. Nordic. SHL A+. Welcome aboard. SHL. NLA. Liga A+, perfect, and Liga. Liga, SHL, NLA. Liga, SHL, NLA. There you go, all three of these guys. Next, Russia, extra Liga, another Liga. This guy's B-, and he's A+ in Russia. Perfect. Yuri Zubov. So there's Russia and this guy A's. A's are good, but any A+s? No, we'll go for this guy. This guy could be either of them. SHL or Liga. SHL or Liga. Let's see who we're going to fire here. We'll fire the Liga. So we need one more SHL. And unless we keep we'll probably keep that guy in SHL. So that's good on SHL. USA Central, we need another O and dub. Another O and dub. But they're C now. Dub, yeah. And these guys, are they any good in the O or the dub? B or B-. Okay, I'll sign both these guys. A and both these A- scouts will learn. And it was this one, right? Yeah. Chris Stahl, there he is. Okay. We're down, we fired 12 scouts now. This is what I mean by fixing your scouts. Extra Liga, DEL, and USA Central. Oh, exited out. Come on, menus. There you go. We already have one USA Central. Oh, no, it's only... Yeah. So Central, DEL, and Extra Liga. Central C-, A-. I think I probably have B. I don't know. That's not the end of the world. The scouts don't do much anyways when we're auto doing them. There's USA Central. We need Extra Liga. And the DEL. DEL C. Okay, we'll go for the guy who's rated C. James Hoffman. He'll learn. His grandmother was German, I suppose. So DEL, USA Central. And we'll keep the C in the Extra League, I suppose. We fire 14 scouts, a massive scouting overhaul. Sheesh. Okay. Now we go to... Can we go to free agency now? I've been holding my excitement. Last check at the staff for coaches. A+ coach available here. A+ for Sawchuk. Jalen Sawchuk. He'd been fired? Yeah, by the Penguins. 59% fit. No one better than... We have some 60s. 60% fit is the best. Our current coach... Cons... is a 59%. So I'd probably just keep the coach as is for now. Oh yes, AHL head coach. Thank you, Gen Z. What would I do without Gen Z? AHL head coach. Any guys who just retired? No, eh? At all? No. Sad. Okay, AHL head coach. Actually, I won't even look at fifth. I want to look at the... Teaching and influence, D and D. Goodbye. B and C, B- and A-. Yup. B-, A- is the leader. Francis Chichu. What a name. Between Chichu and Iliakis. B-, A-. CCA versus C, C-B. But better on the penalty kill. Comes down to fit, maybe? 67 versus 55. All right. Jaden Iliakis, welcome to the team. AHL head coach. Oop. Let's go 8 years at $1 million a year. There you go. Okay, free agency time. We're looking for a possible fourth-line center upgrade, but definitely a third-pair defenseman. Here we go. The big fish. Jonathan Drouin is the big fish. How about that? Too much money. I'll reject it. Yeah, that's exactly it. Sorry, you offered me too much money. Claude Giroux, Joe Pavelski, Aaron Ekblad, ooh, Jonathan Drouin, Bertuzzi, Burns, Sharangovich, Provorov, Mangiapane, Larson. Okay, so we want to look first at defense. Third pair defenseman kind of guy. So it could be a one-year deal on a veteran. Anybody want 1 year? Braden McNabb, I prefer someone who's not at, like, someone who's closer to, I don't know. I don't know about McNabb. We just had him. 5.5 is a bit much. Denis Savard. Mark Giordano at 41. Perbix. Tyler Myers is interesting. Yeah, could he be the guy? He's 35, but he still has top 4D potential. 3.5-star defense, 5-star physical. 1 year on Chris Tanev? Where's Tanev? Tanev wants 1 year. That's true. He's 82. He still has the 4-star defense. 3.5-star physical, though. 90, 85, 85 for the defensive attributes. 90, 85, 85. 85, 89, 88, 89. I prefer that from Tyler Myers. In the real world, it's Tanev, but in this universe, it might be Myers. 1 overall higher and better defensive attributes. None of the other guys want 1 year. Eileen Myers, I gotta say. Eileen Myers. So if we did go Tyler Myers and he wanted 1 year, we have the money. Let's make sure we get him. 1 year, 2.75. I think I'm okay with that. I'm just going to send it and be done with it. Now, if we look at potential 4th line upgrades, namely a 4th line center, Kuznetsov here has an 81 overall. Could that be something? And we want, yeah, UFAs. Ryan McLeod, Sam Steele, Lars Eller, who we had last season at one point, or definitely in year 1 we had him. Someone who could stay for a couple of years. I don't know. I'm more of a 1 year market. I'm looking for more of a 1 year guy. Someone who's solid enough on faceoffs as well. Ryan McLeod. There he is. Frédéric Goudreau. 77 on faceoffs though. Mason Appleton. He wants 3 years though, and he has 70 faceoffs. Depends. Who's going center? That's the question. Is it going to be Yarncrow or is he playing wing? Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4th line, Denisenko, Yarncrow, Martinook. So yeah, Denisenko, Martinook, and even Joshua Roy are all in there. It would leave Yarncrow as the centerman. At 2.1 million, we would trade him out. Yeah. And then in the system, there's who? Connor Geeky? As a centerman, yeah. Kulich needs to be in the NHL too, probably. Goudreau, I don't like his face-offs enough, doggy. Shootout legend, yeah, that's true. If we look at UFA centerman again. Sorry, sorting by overall. McLeod does want a 1 year deal, and he has some potential to maybe stick around longer than that. Athanasiou, 72 faceoffs now. No, I'm saying Yarncrow's center right now, and we're going to be trading him out to get a cheaper upgrade. Yeah, I don't know if I want Jonathan Toews, honestly. We'd trade out Yarncrow, get a cheaper option. Same overall, but cheaper. It could be Lars Eller. Cloud is what? 75 on faceoffs? Eh. It could be Lars Eller. Even Radek Faksa. No, not the one who's in prison, right? Akil Thomas, maybe 77. I wouldn't mind bringing back Lars Eller. We traded him away. Just a 1 year thing to bring Connor Geeky in. We traded him back to Washington. He scored 30 points in 75 games. We bring him back to Arizona. He scored 29 points in his year with us in the inaugural season. I'm down for Lars Eller. 1 year at 1 year at 1.25, essentially saving us about 900k, which in the real world ownership would care about. Yarncrow is better than fourth line center. So let's start advancing a few days and see what comes up. Actually, I should have checked one last thing. Sorting by potential. Sorting UFAs by potential. Anyone who stands out might want to throw them in the system. Don't even want a two-way deal. Keel Thomas. Who's this guy? Kiskinen. Jesse Kiskinen. 3rd round pick in 2023. Not signed to his ELC. Medium top 9 potential. 73 at 19. Yeah, I'll sign him. Why not? 2 years at 8.75. Why not? Fajimo Thomas, they might just muddy things up a little bit, though. That's the problem. Akil Thomas wouldn't be bad with the system if only like Tyler Myers as centerman in our system. Give him 1 year as a max two-way deal to keep him as an RFA. See if he grows at all. Maybe could push for the NHL next season. Who knows? Not so sure aside from that, though. And goaltenders. No, nobody. Look at everybody. Aiden Hill out here. Samsonov, Leonard, etc., etc. I think that's it. We sent out a few contracts, and we'll advance from there. Okay, let's see what comes our way now. Many scouts are going to be signing on. 16 we said, right? Or was it 14? I'll sip some water while we take all these acceptances. Lubomir, welcome. We should start seeing answers after today. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, happy to join the team. Welcome, Mr. Iliakis as AHL head coach. Very good. Now we should see answers. Extremely happy, Jesse Kiskinen. Very good. Tyler Myers on board. Nice. Akil Thomas, truly humbled. Very good. Lars Eller, welcome to the 4th line. Nice. Everyone who we wanted signed on, which now, let me just double check, no more pending offers? No, there are pending offers. Who's pending? Approached. No. Contracts offered. Why does it say still 2 more? We signed all these guys. Who else have we approached? I don't know. So who wants Calle Yarncrow? Then Martinook could be 13th forward. Calle Yarncrow. We're trying to get a little pick upgrade. Boston, a 4th and a 7th. 3rd and a 7th from Buffalo. That's the best right now. 3rd and a 7th. Buffalo, Carolina, 3rd and a 7th. Chicago, 3rd and a 7th. Just Eastern Conference team, 3rd and a 7th. Colin Miller. Yeah. It's like Pinelli and a 6th. Like, these guys aren't going to grow. I'd rather just take the 3rd and 7th and try my luck. No massive deal for Tyler Myers like he got in Vancouver. No. A 2 5ths from Vegas? Don't insult me. Probably just do what Buffalo offered. So, Buffalo, what else can I get from you here? If I give you Yarncrow and the 2nd from Carolina that we just got. Can I get your 1st in this year's draft? That'd be crazy. Yarncrow and a 2nd? Yeah, it would be a bit crazy. Okay, let me pull it back here. Noel Nord was in there? Oh, Penguins legend. Let's just go for a 3rd and a 5th then. 3rd and a 5th for Calle Yarncrow? No. Okay, so 3rd and a 6th, I guess that's about what we're going to get. That's fine. We had no 3rd in this draft anyways. Was it a 3rd and a 6th next year? Was that what it was? 3rd this year and a 6th next year. What do you say, Buffalo? Bit low for us. Was it a 3rd and a 6th and... Or was it a 3rd and a 7th? I forget. Let me go back. Why is the offer different now? I'm doing something different. It must be. Yarncrow's a 3rd and a 7th. I got you. 3rd and a 7th. My apologies. Okay, 3rd and a 7th in 2026. We'll take it. Thank you, Buffalo. Calle, good luck with the Sabres. Frees up a little bit of money, gives us a couple draft picks. We now have a first, 2 seconds, a third, a fourth, a fifth, and a seventh, 2 sevenths. In a draft in which we had no seconds and no thirds, now we have 2 seconds and a third. There we go. And Lars Eller on board, a cheaper option, and Yarncrow's allowed to breathe. He probably wasn't super happy sitting as fourth line center. So that was probably more of a organizational morale move for us there. All right, now time to set the draft class for next year, which, let's see, oh, sorry. Last year was what? It was a low-high draft, no, it was a high-low. It was a high-low draft class. Okay, solid restocking, I'm happy with it. Random number generator. Okay, so we're going to say minimum 1, maximum 100. We're going to say 0 to 20 is low, 21 to 79 is medium, and 80 to 100 is high. Draft class quality, I get 67, so it'll be a medium draft class quality. And generated prospect quality, I get, 98. It will be a medium-high class. Medium-high class. After a high-low, we'll have a medium-high for next draft. Alrighty. Joe's predictions were 39 and 88. Close enough. 98 it was. Not too far off. I think that's about it, eh? Now we'll see what our needs are once the preseason rolls around. Alright, let's sim to next season. And no, Zach Benson extended too. I forgot about that. Woo-hoo! Great, Zach Benson extends. That's great news. And so does Simon Nemec. Yes, of course. As the TV gets shattered in Landon's basement. Let's see. So that now leaves us with, if we want to extend anybody, that leaves us with only 2.2 in extension dollars, but only Slim Shady to extend. And actually, okay, so this is gonna be yeah, Benson and Nemec for the Phantom contracts. So we don't have enough money for Shady in May. That means after this season, as I just mentioned, yeah, it's going to be Teravainen and or Kuzmenko who go out. That accounts for 11 million right there, yeah. And that's okay. So I'll have one more. This team will stay as it is for one more year. But then after that, one or both of Kuzmenko and or Teravainen would have to leave to free up the money to keep Slim Shady and Wume. And that's okay. But we have one more year like this, which is good. Perfect. You're going to draft me, Leafs King? Did you create me? Is that what you did? Voinov for a third and a sixth. Are you serious? Whoever does worse, yeah. Whoever does worse will be the one who traded out, and that's okay. Well, and that'll give us 7.2-ish million. That'd be enough. We can make another small move if we had to. We'll be okay. Big dollars being spent, though, on these guys. On Rantanen, on Buchnevich, on Nemec, on Benson. Huge commitments being made for this Coyotes team. It took us a couple of years to actually figure out who's this team. Who are the cornerstones of this organization? We knew Matthews. But aside from that, we weren't really sure about who else. We went through some first liners, we went through some goalies, and it ends up that now we have Rantanen, we have Buchnevich, we have Benson, and we'll see what happens with Buchnevich. But let's do it. Who grew and by how much to start 2025-26? Benson up to an 86, Casper to an 84. Good. Defense. Boqvist to an 86. Good. Good. Husso to an 87. Nice. Okay, so let's quickly just change up let's go to the roster moves here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whoa, Akil Thomas grew to an 82 overall? Whoa. I wanted him to play in the AHL, and it was a third-line checking forward. Maybe Akil Thomas is our fourth-line center, and Lars Eller is down to an 80. Maybe he's 13th forward. Whoa, what a surprise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Martinuk and Eller as 13th and 14th forward. I'll send them down just for lines for a moment. Defense 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kulikov at an 80. Peak at an 80. So Bichelle is almost ready for the NHL. 7th round, I'm at 55 overall. Good. Let me know what happened. What kind of potential do I have? And goalies Husso Fleury with Portillo. Portillo at 79. Eller at his contract for 13th forward is too rich. I don't know, Martinook's also making decent money too. I didn't mean for that to happen. I didn't know Akil Thomas was going to grow to an 82 overall. What kind of growth did Connor Geekie get, if any? Let me check that out here. AHL. Connor Geekie up to a 79. So Geekie might want to look in the NHL. And Kulich is at an 80. Dumais at a 79. Yeah, wow. So Kulich, Dumais, and Geekie likely all get looks in the preseason. And defense, even Bichelle. That's a predicament. Benson first line left wing you want? We could. It would keep the +5. Then if Kuzmenko comes here, it's a +2, +5, +2. Could trade Eller and just kind of retcon it. May has to be there. Eesh. Fourth line, not a good fit, though. Do we just trade Akil Thomas and say, listen, we didn't mean to do it. Let's trade him with a 7th for another team's 7th? I feel bad about Akil Thomas. He doesn't fit the 4th line. No, he doesn't fit the 4th line. He doesn't fit. We can't keep Thomas. We can't. Eller's our 4th line center. Akil Thomas doesn't fit the 4th line. If I knew he was an 82, and if he knew he was an 82, then that signing wouldn't have happened. Eastern Conference team who wants him. The Penguins want him. There we go. Thomas and a 7th for a 7th. So no gaining of value. Oh, they don't. Actually, they can't. We should keep Thomas as 3rd line center. No, but that's Marco Kasper's 3rd line. And it's too packed. Already we have Roumet in there who shouldn't be there. Already Dumais and Kulich want spots in the bottom 6. There's absolutely no room for Akil Thomas. Injuries, we have Martinook. We have other young players. He's an 82 overall who's listed as a 3rd liner. We can't keep him as 13th forward. It wouldn't be right. Let's do this with the Rangers. Chicago, they're buyers. Chicago, also buyers. Okay, so it's a buyer pick for a buyer pick. Buyer 7th for a buyer 7th. There we go. New York fans are going to go cheer in the streets. There you go. We should trade one of Kuzmenko or Teravainen now? I don't know. We will within the year. I'd rather demote one of them to the 3rd line and have Roumet come up instead of put my eggs all in the basket of like Jordan Dumais to play 3rd line minutes already. Let's see the preseason. Let's wait for the preseason and then we'll decide. So, forwards again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12 is Lars Eller. There we go. Benson here, Kuzmenko here. Takes away the -2 on the 4th line, which is very important as well. So that's good chemistry. 5-2-2. Whew. That is good chemistry right there. Even swap them. No, 5-2-2. Whoa. So Mikko Rantanen playing with Matthews and Benson up to 93 passing for the playmaker. Zach Benson signed on to his nice extension as well. On defense, it would be... We had Byram and Shady. Was that it? Nemec Boqvist, or Boqvist Nemec. Kulikov Myers, who's down to an 82. Right? Or was he already an 82? And now for the preseason. Benson Hall of Fame trajectory begins now. Thomas's growth is not unrealistic or unfair. I don't get the logic of trading him. The logic of trading him is if he knew, because here's the thing: if in the off season, it's not magical that he grows and now he wants a spot on an NHL team. If by start of the season he is a third line caliber player, signed to a contract that would have had him first line AHL, at the very worst case, he would say, I want to get traded to a team that's going to play me third line NHL. But on top of that, even in the summer, he would know, I'm training hard. I think by next year I'll be ready. It's not like something magical happened in August that said, oof, now I went from an AHLer to a top 9 forward. That top 9 potential was always going to be there after an offseason of growth. The game knew it, but we didn't. So to keep a third line forward as an AHLer just doesn't sit well for me. And we could have had him in our lineup in the bottom 6 were it not for Kulich or for Geeky or for Dumais, who are all pushing for third line spots. We don't have the space to keep him. If I knew that he was going to be an 82 overall, third line forward, I would never have signed him. So if he's coming into camp saying, now I'm expecting to be a third liner, I'm going to say, ooh, pump the brakes. I'll move you somewhere where you can be that. Because if not, I would have put him in the AHL. But he's a third line checking forward. Playing in the AHL doesn't make sense to me. Where was I going with this? I called up Eller, right? Oh, now I can call up the 13th forwards. Congrats on AK. Thank you, Leafs Gang. Kulich, Martinuk, Peak are all going to come up. And Geeky and Dumais will get their rotation as well for the preseason. There we go. So we probably have to sign a couple players for the AHL later on. So this will be our lineup here. Imagine Akil Thomas on one of the third lines here. Am I going to trade out Kuzmenko or Teravainen to make a spot for a 25-year-old 82 overall? I don't think so. Like, I understand, oh wow, you stumbled upon something great. You didn't know that he would be an 82, but now his training camp has arrived and he's an 82. What a happy surprise. I'm with you. But you gotta tell me, you need to tell me, Gen Z, where would you have put him in this lineup and who would have come out? Would we have traded Denisenko to put him in, but we still have the problem of where does Kulich go? This bottom 6 is full. Lars Eller, does he come out so he can play 7 minutes a night and give the line a -2? No, Akil Thomas would have had to play third line because of his fit. And that would mean Teravainen getting traded, Strome being traded so that Kasper could move up, or Kuzmenko being traded so that May could go up. And I don't see it being worth it for just a random guy like Akil Thomas who's kind of like a dime a dozen, as good as he might be. Is that making sense? I hope I explained the logic thoroughly enough. I don't disagree that it would have been a happy surprise if we had room for him, but there's just no room for him. So Marnik 13th forward, Peak 7th D, but Kulich, Dumais, and Geeky will all be fighting for a spot by getting minutes in the preseason. Even Joshua Roy and Denisenko are kind of fighting for spots here. Denisenko might be too good. Maybe we got to let him spread his wings and fly as well. I don't know. But +5, +2, I like that lineup. Defense, chemistry isn't great at +100, but we'll take it. Captaincies don't change. Am I correct in saying so? Captaincies, Captain Matthews, alternate, Shady. Okay, so we need new alternates. That's true. Because who are the alternates? Was it Ehlers and McNabb had an alternate as well, right? So now, who get the alternates moving into year 3? Austin Matthews, captain. Kuzmenko has been an original member. Do we give one to Benson and his big extension? Do we give one to Nemec with his big extension? Do we give one to Bowen Byram as the second player drafted with this team in the fantasy draft? Probably Bowen Byram gets one. And maybe Rantanen, since he just signed that big contract. Right? And he's going to be here for a long time. Rantanen and Byram, I would think. Yeah, Gen Z read you're in my mind there. Rantanen is not number 95. What is that? Doggy to the Yotes in 2037. Mikko Rantanen. What's his jersey number? Is it 96? Yeah, it's 96. Who has 96? Oh, it's Kuzmenko who has 96. Yeah, well, he needs his 9. So, we're going to go Rantanen and Byram, I think, makes a lot of sense. We're going to give him 96. And Kuzmenko is going to have 95, I suppose. Yeah, that's fine. Does everybody else have their proper numbers? I think they do. I believe so. Yes. Okay, great. So Rantanen and Byram with the alternate captaincies moving into this next season. Who's still here in free agency even? Trade Kuzmenko after that. Jack Quinn is out here, but he's in his RFA, yeah. Of the UFAs, Vinny Hinestroza, Rafael Harvey-Pinard, Duheim. The Wild fans are going to like that one. Jack Quinn. He wants 6 years at 4.8. 1 year at 2.9. We could poach Jack Quinn, but again, where does he go? We have such a packed lineup. Where does he go? I like the moves we've made. Oh, he had a 64-point season. I like the moves we made, though, this offseason. I'm very content with this lineup moving into the next year. Plus, you know what? The biggest thing we have to think about is why we couldn't sign Jack Quinn. We need to have money available next year for the Shady and May extensions. We need to have money available for next year. So we can't sign a player who'd be here beyond this season to a guy to making whatever, 5-6 million. Yeah, Byram starting his big extension. 6.8 for the next 8 years, correct? No, 7 years. 7 more years, gotcha. Yeah, I like this lineup very much, ladies and gentlemen. 2 96s and Matthews and Rantanen. Shady walks. Okay, so we'll end it off by thinking about the trade blocks. But aside from that, I'm going to fix the scouts off screen, and I think that'll be it for this episode. Not the longest off season. Some interesting nationalities here. Gavin McKenna, Joe Iginla, Rubric, Pascal Valquette. I'll fix the scouts off screen as soon as we wrap the episode in maybe 5-ish minutes. And then that'll be it until Saturday. We won't wait till next Monday. We'll be live this Monday, this Saturday, and next Monday. I know, live stream's already ending. Do we do a little Mario Kart, or... You want to read through some QMJHL names, Mighty Joe? Alright, just for you, I'm going to read through 1 minute of QMJHL names. We could do a little Mario Kart tonight. Sorry, QMJHL. Alright, here we go. Donald... I'm going to read each name with the French accent, with the French-Canadian accent. Donald Leach, Pascal Valquette, Johnny Palmieri, Sylvain Julien, that's a great one. Sylvain Julien. Ha! Marvin Brimanis, Bernard Deschamps, Hugo Ouellet. Hoping 25. Yeah, I'm sure they will in NHL 25. Tommy McGrath, Nathaniel Fraser, Émile Guité, Mathias Dubé, Nathan Brisson, Laurent Metto, Benjamin Amiot, Noah Preston Moore, Reese Peach, whatever his name, Xavier Villeneuve, Dawson Sharkey, Nathan Quinn, Matteo Norbert, Alexandre Desmarais, Kaden Rafalski, Louis-François Bélanger, that's a good one, Georges Carl, Ryan Daw, Joe Deveau, Sean Carrier, Jordan Labelle, William Shields, Carson Sidou, Jack Hain, Gaspard Huberdeau, Alexandre Carbonneau, Kian Hodgins, Justin Lemain, François Vanier, Sidney Delaurier. This is the same draft as the one I read it for last time, I think, for the other franchise mode. Olivier Duhamel, Will Murphy, Tristan Pagduan, Nathan Plouffe. Hey, thank you. I would hope so. Speaking it almost my whole life. Jabez Seymour, Alexis Mathieu, Samuel Beauchemin, Noah Larochelle, Owen Conrad, Cody Dupuis, Olivier Lampron, Colby Train, Louis Deveau, Louis Deveau, and that's... Oh, I thought that was it. Gaspard Roux, Jean Langlois, Maverick Brunet, Émile Bonoyer, Olivier Lemieux, Elliot Ognovski, Lucas Fortin, Matthew Butler, William Dumont, Louis-Antoine Deneau. We'll stop it there. 6'8" goaltender, by the way. So trade blocks to end off the off-season, moving into year number 3. Here are the trade values available to us in our organization. Where's Beckett Seneca? Where is this guy? Up to a 72, growing very slowly. Beckett, the 9th overall pick. Come on now, Beckett. And the draft pick situation, just to remind you, we have a first, 2 seconds, a third, a fourth, a fifth, and 2 sevenths. I don't see us making any moves today, but throughout next season, there could be moves. Just looking at trade blocks to start the year. Parayko, Fowler, Shen, Radish, and Evan Rodriguez. No one in Boston. That was in Anaheim, by the way. Some prospects in Buffalo. Trouba, Russ, Sagan, a few other names in Calgary. I'll miss the weekend streams and we'll be late Thursday, unfortunately. No, it's all right, Hobbsy. No worries. It'll be the season on the weekend and hopefully the playoffs by next Monday. On Thursday for Starfleet, is that a season? Starfleet is going to be a 2034-35 season on Thursday. Yeah. Jack Quinn has an RFA on the block. Same for Evander Kane. Jaeger Furcus as well. Brennan Othman in Carolina. Chicago prospects. Colorado prospects. Columbus, Brodin. Expiring deals to DeBrusk, Zucker, and Fogel. Shen, Nosen, Lindblom. Oscar Lindblom, legend. Kapanen. Dallas, Morgan Riley, Brendan Montour, JT Compher, all with multiple years on their contracts. Expiring Oliver Bjorkstrand, Mello, Tony DeAngelo, Jeannot, Tyson Barrie. Detroit, Pollock, Marino, Chernak, Garland, Roslovic, Hayden Fleury. Edmonton, not much. Florida, Trocheck, Raquel, Gallagher, and Foligno. LA Kings, Mayfield, Goudreau, who just signed, Verana, and Rosen. Minnesota prospects, including Oliver Bonk. Montreal, not too much. Nashville, Chris Letang. New Jersey, Chiarelli, Meyer, Nichushkin, Huberdeau, Nyquist, and Athanasiou, who just signed there. Islanders have some prospects, including Jonathan Lecaramaki on the block. New York Rangers, Dean, Callum Ritchie, a few names. Senators, Falk, Shattenkirk, and Dermott. Philadelphia, Parik is on the block here. Zane Parik. Interesting, 6th overall pick of the Flyers. Penguins, Ethan Bear, Justin Hall, Jeremy Lauzon. Carlson, Eric and William Carlson, both on the block in San Jose. So is Taylor Hall, Adam Henrique, Nino Niederreiter, and Riley Smith. Kraken, Provorov, Middleton, who just signed. Oshie, Alexiak, Lee, and Backlund. St. Louis Blues, Kopp, and etc. Lightning, Strome, Krause, Appleton, etc. Maple Leafs, Lindholm, Killorn, Burakovsky, Kerfoot, Dvorak, Atkinson, and Saad. Vancouver, Milano. Toronto, I wonder what's King Turby's overall at. We'll look next episode, like I said. But what is King Turby at here? Sorry, now the my PlayStation's playing tricks on me. The old messages are coming up. It happens once in a while. I forgot to mention, King Turby was in the chat to start off the episode. All rise for the king. I forgot to mention everyone to rise. King Kristoff, 87 overall at 20 years of age, ready for his 3rd season in the NHL. King Kristoff, hopefully in our organization someday. Back to the Skaters match on the block. Sonny Milano in Vancouver. Not much in Vegas. Washington, Hyman and Konechny both on the block. The great contract to Zach Hyman, of course. 3 by 5.5, 88 overall. Scored 66 points in back-to-back years with the Caps. Do you have a favorite CHL team? CHL, that includes the Q, so who do I like from the QMJHL? I don't know. The Gatineau Olympics, maybe? The Huskies? There's no one that I necessarily... There's no one, not a single team that I dislike, I would say. And Winnipeg, you got Ross Colton. There you go. Barry Colts. I didn't know you didn't do anything, King Turby. You didn't do anything. I just wanted to make sure you got your recognition. We always got to give a big welcome to the king when he's in the chat. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, and you know what? We're gonna check the players we're gonna check the created players at the start of next episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll end it off there. I think it was a successful off season. Big fish acquisition in Mikko Rantanen, coming off of his awards last year. Let me just recap that one more time. It was the Rocket Richard with his 63 goals. And I believe it was just the Hart, correct? No, it was the Art Ross. The Hart went to Eichel. So it was the Art Ross and the Rocket Richard. There you go. So the reigning Art Ross and Rocky Richard winner joins Austin Matthews here in Arizona for what should be a great season. Year number 3, 2025-26 coming your way. Unless anything changes, always keep an eye out on the announcement tab of the Discord server. That will be on Saturday evening for 7 p.m. Eastern, and then we'll be live, hopefully, with the postseason a week from today. So instead of one episode today, one episode next week, there'll be an episode in between on the Saturday, and then we'll be live again on next Monday. So I try to squeeze a little extra content in before I'm away on vacation. So it will be, Monday, Saturday, Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Thank you, as in this stream we hit 8,000 subscribers. What a night to finally do it. We've been waiting for that moment, and it finally came. Rantanen's player type, by the way, I believe he's a sniper? Yes, he's a sniper. So Rantanen, with his 5-star shooting, does very well. Former Huskies legend is back on board. Bye. Thank you, everyone. Doggy, Leafs King, Gen Z, Hobbsy, Mighty Joe, Landon, everyone in the chat, King, Christoph. Much love to everybody. Looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. If not, then you'll be able to catch it in the replay, and we'll be able to be live, hopefully, for the playoffs a week from today, next Monday. So that will be live on Saturday the 9th, and then next Monday the 12th. That's it. Thank you very much, Doggy. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your week. We'll be live, not tomorrow for the Expos, but the day after. Tomorrow you get the MLB The Show collab with CP3 EP, and we'll be live on Wednesday night in just under 48 hours. Wednesday night at 7 p.m. we'll be live with the Montreal Expos franchise mode on MLB The Show 24 as we go through the 2031 offseason, coming off of our World Series title. We're back-to-back World Series champions, and we'll be live with the offseason on Wednesday evening on August the 7th. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the start to your week. Stay well, stay hydrated, stay hydated, and make sure you get some time in the sun. Enjoy your summers. Get some reading done. Enjoy the sunshine. Get that vitamin D. And we'll talk soon, everybody. We're not leaving. Let's go, Coyotes.